Here's my read on the situation. I think Craig Berube is going to be the next head coach of the Maple Leafs. Number one, according to multiple reports now, he was the first to interview for the Leafs job on Saturday. I think this is part of the process. You need somebody else involved, which again is ironic because when the Maple Leafs brought in Brad Treliving, he was the only guy they pretty much interviewed. And this time they're going to go with two. I think there's the connection as well. Brendan Shanahan and Todd McClellan. I believe Shanahan was a player on McClellan's bench for one season, something like that. Like there's a relationship fostered there, but I think all signs have pointed to Craig Berube for a long time. And among the things I look at is the fact that New Jersey has been waiting for like 6 weeks. Travis Green was their interim to wrap the season. He goes elsewhere. They've been linked to Berube. If it was as easy as making that decision, Berube would have made it, dude. We talked to him in January. I just think he has been earmarked for this job for far too long for it not to happen.
Yeah, and for, the naysayers of the Leafs and, the Bruins fans that chirp and stuff like that, there's no coach that's not going to seriously, like, that's a big deal. It's a lot bigger deal to have the opportunity to be the coach of the Maple Leafs than to be the coach of the New Jersey Devils. I'm sorry, I don't care what the history is. I don't care what the records show. I don't care what you think about their team or their fans. I don't care. It is a way bigger deal to be the head coach of the Toronto Maple Leafs and everything that comes with that. And, with, what their roster looks like and what the potential is and what it could be, you have a chance to be an absolute living legend in that city if you can go there and somehow get the job done. So no one's taking that lightly, and anyone who's, has an opportunity to do that, they're going to look very seriously at it. And I think that the guys that are the front runners are, I don't know, I kind of feel like the person who could get picked for it is already accepted the fact, yes, I'd like that, I'm ready, and they're just doing their due diligence to make sure they don't leave any stone unturned, and then they'll probably announce it here at some point this week, I would think. Where do you think it is timeline wise?
Yeah, I would put money on either tomorrow or Wednesday. Again, I'm under the firm belief, like, who you want. I think if you're the Maple Leafs, you're whether they want to admit it or not, man, when they were in that series with Boston, I think they made a proclamation to themselves like, hey, we could be looking at some coaching help. Look who's out there. Get a gauge for who's out there. It's bullshit if they're telling you otherwise, and that's what they essentially said over the weekend. They were fixated on round one, like whatever. But I think when you go through a hiring process, you have in your mind who you want, and I think we should be reading directly into the first guy they interviewed was Craig Berube. Right? A former Maple Leaf, a guy who's won the cup in the last 5 years. Like, he checks a lot of boxes. Maybe it's me reading too much into it, but he has been the betting favorite since day one. So I'm all aboard the Chief Express here. Make sure to check out more of our content right here on the Leafs Nation YouTube page. We got long form interviews. We got clips. We got epic rants by Jay Rosehill. We simply have it all. And don't forget, you can find out much more at theleafsnation.com. Thanks so much for watching.